What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder. Let's get right into it. There's always something going on. In today's blog, what I'm going to talk about is just, certain things. I'm not really going to go into specifics like that as far as, the news and crypto and all kinds of stuff, because guess what? I've been a little bit, sort of like had to give it a break for a couple of days, but I know I'm careful though. Don't take a long break or else you get left behind because news travels fast in crypto because the technology moves fast and activity in the crypto space is just rapid fire. But I had to take a few, you know, you gotta sometimes step away and, for a break. So it doesn't mean that while I stepped away, I don't think about crypto because it's just become that much a part of my life. We're incorporating money, different ways to make money, different ways to earn money. It's become part of your life, right? So here we are. You know, some of the things that I see that's going on, in some cases, I had to catch myself. I had to catch myself because if I say to the world, right, that I've lived through bear markets before, if I say that's something that I've experienced, right, and that I've learned a few things and I share what I've learned to the world, and here we are, we're facing another bear market, and I so happen to not do what I said I learned, then it's my fault and I have to deal with the consequences that you right that come from that. I have to deal with the consequences. What type of agenda, what type of what are we doing? Because the thing is this, when the bull market comes back, when the bull market comes back, when the bull market returns, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when and how long will it last. You, as a person who has no experience in crypto, and maybe as a person who does have experience in crypto, are going to look back at this time period and you're going to wish you could have, you should have, and you would have done something during this time period to set yourself up, put yourself in position, right? Create a working strategy so that you could have been well rewarded during the bull. I've seen it happen too many times. Seen it. This is like a period where some may not see it as this, but it's an opportunity period. It's almost like a gift here. Here. In a backward sense. That's what it is. Because it's giving you a chance. What is the point in sort of like chasing something that's super expensive? But that's what's going to happen in the bull market. People are going to just chase these rockets flying straight to the moon by way of prices. They're going to chase. They're going to throw more money at whatever is climbing in price. Whatever is expensive, getting more expensive by the moment. Not even by the day, but by the moment. You're watching price climb. And you want to chase it before it gets too high because you want to be a part of it. That's when the FOMO kicks in. But meanwhile, those who were there long before you, who acquired at a much less value, are going to now dump on your heads. But that's the market. It's not necessarily dump as it's a bad thing. It's just what happens. Because some people really do buy low and sell high. Like, people haven't stopped doing that. when you're talking about trading. People have bought low, will continue to buy low and sell high. It's the amount of people that's doing it that's in question, or not even in question. Not enough people are doing that. More people are losing than winning, especially with trading. A lot of people don't know what they're doing when it comes to trading. Trading, period. But what I'm saying is this bear market thing, this whole thing, you tapping into the wrong group. You hearing the wrong messages, the wrong, I guess, ideas. You can really become jaded and not want to deal with crypto at all because you let some people talk you out of a situation that could have very well paid off in your future, could change your life, but you're, surrounded by naysayers or people who just want to trick you out of an opportunity, trick you out of a bag of blessings, man. Why? Why? What, you know? Yeah, it's the bear market. It's the nature of the bear market. Like, people are angry. What's the anger gonna do for you, though, really? What's being angry going to do for your bags? Again, it's not about feelings. These blockchains, these coins, these tokens, smart contracts, whatever you want to call it, they don't care about how we feel. They don't care about your feelings and your thoughts and opinions. They just respond accordingly by how they were developed to work, void of anything involving our feelings. Like, who can outfeel or outtrick the other person? That's what it's about. It's a weird, sordid game. And, it's become a game of who can outwit one another. And while you're trying to see who can piss the farthest, the value of your bags are not going up. And then when you have people who are listening to you, who look up to you for whatever reason, because you a content creator, because you're a person that you create stuff on social media and folks listen. You don't think that's going to have an impact on them as well? But folks are stuck with this pride, ego, who's right, who's wrong, who's rich, who's wrong, and even who's strong, and like, who's rich, who's poor, who got the sauce, who doesn't, and then want to put something on top of that to feel good about yourself and say that you're helping people. I could respect it's almost like I could respect. Well, let me not go there, but hey, all you have to do, all you can do really is work on how you react to these things. But let's be honest here. Again, people are gonna say, I'm telling you this right now, when the bull market comes back, people are gonna look at this time and they're not even gonna remember some of the things they've said, some of the things they've done, as far as going against their own opportunities to win, because that's what you're doing. If you fund your own bags, you're going against you. Like, when I was learning about finances, the term irrational exuberance, like, that's really a thing, right? Buy the fear, sell the greed. That's what they said. That's the term they use in legacy. In crypto, it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. Similar, because you're dealing with money. Similar concepts. Similar concepts. Those who are calculated, who are methodical, who are calm, who have the knowledge and the information, who are patient, Why do you think they stand? Why do you think they stand to take it all from you, to win it all? Because you're gladly going to give it to them because you're flooding your own bags. How does that make sense? Don't be pissed. Don't be upset. Like, you can't. I mean, I just don't get it. Don't get it. Misery loves company that bad, that much. I'm the type that likes to think about it. The glass is half full. Like, success loves company too. I don't go by glass half empty. Glass is half full. Success loves company. I'm always gonna be optimistic and hopeful because after everything that's daunting, stormy types of events and situations, doesn't the sun begin to shine, pierce through the clouds when the skies open up, when the storm passes? Bear market is some type of storm right now. Yeah, sure, but it's also an opportunity to hunker down, right? And be a part of history. Be a winning part of history, not a losing part of history. It starts with your mentality, man. What's in your mind? What are you putting in your mind? Like, imagine if after all these years I've been making content about cryptocurrency and different things, and all of a sudden now it's a bear market, I'm just gonna jump out the window talking madness, talking craziness. There's many things that I've seen that show like the lack of patience, that people really don't exercise patience well enough. You can see it. It's not their fault, and it's not a judgment that I'm making. It's simple observation. A simple observation. Because that actually is going to show, these are the times where you could see the real you, right? When it's hard, when your back is against the wall, when you're in the bear market, you know, you have to quote unquote survive. You gotta battle it out. You have to thug it out in some shape, form, or another. But it's what you do during this period, again, that's going to define whether you succeed or not when the bull market comes back. Because this is like a continuation of something else prior, right? It's like these are building blocks, these are stepping stones. You're building from the foundation of the past until now, and keep building and building and building. In other words, every market, there should not be a reason why you're worse off this market than you were in the last market. It should be a constant effort towards progression. You're building. You have this now you're building some more. You have this now. You're building some more. And before you know it, your world has expanded. It's such a level where you can sustain, right? Your life because you've made the proper steps in a certain way where, okay, you're at a greater position, you're at a greater, higher level in life, monetarily speaking, at least, at minimum. It shouldn't be like every market you starting at zero, every bear market you back to zero. How are you back to square one? And this is not for anybody directly. I'm just saying in general because this is what happens a lot. This is what happens a lot to people. This is not a direct to anyone. I'm just saying, how could every market that passes by, like, especially every bear market, I could say, because the bull market, everybody's happy. The bull market is euphoria, excitement, everybody's happy all across. So everybody's happy, and not only happy, but greedy during the bull market. People just can't get enough. They're afraid to even sell for profit because they thinking that they're going to miss out on another all-time high. which is another problem in and of itself, not knowing when to sell, or sell for profit. You think it all, you sold too soon, or you should have waited, and all this other crazy psychological stuff that we put ourselves through. For what? To keep up with who? Who we keeping up with on the internet? Because a lot of this is about the internet. Who we keeping up with? We have a lot to keep up with, with people who are jealous of us, betray us, who don't like us, and in our real normal lives. We have to deal with all kinds of competition and weird pseudo types of energy that people throw at us to pretend to be friends with frenemies, and weirdness, hypocrisy, and contradictions. That's what we have to deal with in our real lives. So we're going to transfer that over to the internet, online, and crypto. For what? To what end? What is that? What's that about? That's crazy. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You know, like, before I go, the whole sacrifice thing that took place, right? Sacrifice for the blockchain and the decentralized exchange, right? The sacrifice, right? Everything was laid out on the table, man. Everything was said. Everything was laid out on the table. Like, yo, you giving your bread away for a specific cause. That's it. You may or may not get something back, but the fact is you gave your stuff away, your crypto away, your money away. You gave that up for a cause. Whether it was a clever trick, whether it was a gimmick, even if it was a complete outright scam, this was something that was said up front to everybody who got involved. Don't think that you're going to get something from somebody else's work. Like, don't expect that. So if somebody, profiting or from the work of don't expect it happening. Don't do it. It was told to you. It was told to all of us who got it. And to get to the point now where people are just kind of like losing their wits about themselves because they didn't want to believe something that they were told up front. When a person shows you who they are, simply believe them. You didn't want to believe them, so now you got to deal with the repercussions of that. Either way, listen, this is my whole point, is either way you should be good. You should be at peace with the decisions you make, because the information wasn't given to you. It wasn't hidden from us. This wasn't something that was right in the fine print. No, this was openly declared repeatedly, millions of times. If our human side, because if we overextended ourselves, I get that, but to jump out the window and just be like mad and just for what? Why are you doing that? You could use that energy elsewhere. Like, take it as a learning opportunity, right? That's it. That's all I could do. I'm not gonna just get on these campaigns, smear campaigns, when essentially, look, nobody forced me to do anything. I decided on my own accord to do what I did, just like everyone else who sacrificed. So what happens now? We just wait, live life, do what you do, continue, build, push forward. Like, don't. If somebody is triggering you, you see, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, I know we're human. Things. Nobody's perfect, right? But if certain things are triggering you, you know it's going to piss you off, leave it alone, right? Move forward. Keep an eye if you want, but like I'm talking about overall, like promoting. What I'm trying to say is like you the best blessing in your life, yo. Like you have to really protect your well-being overall. And attaching yourself to things that's just going to throw you off balance may not be healthy, right? It may not be the healthiest thing you could do for yourself. You know, it's tough, sure, but this is what was said in the beginning. Whether we want to say dude ran with the bag and, is not even, doesn't even care, it is what it is. Hey, listen, man, it happens to the best of us. Or we could say, listen, yo, things take time to develop. This is an opportunity, a once in a lifetime. Look, the world was brought to its knees without firing one missile. We went through a 3-year long crisis and still going through a 3-year long crisis. Not as severe as it was the first 2 years, but that was two joints. Right now, we're pushing a year and a half and plus waiting for something that may not even ever show up as far as the blockchain and the DEX. But if you're talking about life-changing, whatever, it's a risk we took because we're risk takers. We're trailblazers. We take the hits for the people that's coming behind us. That's what we're doing. We're leaders in our own right. Because the risk we took, most people in the world will never take. That's why we took it and they didn't. Doesn't mean that we're losers. It's how you look at things. It's all about how you look at things. It's all about perspective. It's all about what did you gain from this that's going to help you be a better person tomorrow, right? That's what it's about. I didn't need dude to talk to me about self-improvement and all that. I've been around beautiful people in my life who've helped me improve myself, and it was up to me whether to listen to them or not. I wasn't going to wait for this person who talk about self-improvement, this and that and this. When at the same time, people who talk about self-improvement, they have their own flaws. Synonymous with when they talk about self-improvement, they have their own flaws, they have their own challenges, they have their own impediments that they have to work through. At the same time, they're telling you how to improve yourself. So that's why I just, I stay away from all that. Because to me, those things are kind of like, whatever. It might work for people. If it does, good for you. But no, I didn't get into this thing in this community for that. I got into it to make the money. It's not about kumbaya, anything. It's about making this money. Because before I could be kumbaya with anybody, I want to make sure my family's straight. Period. Because I'm straight. I'm cool as a fan. Like, I'm thankful and grateful for all that I have. Because I learned a long time ago, there's always going to be somebody that has it worse off than you. Not just always somebody's, multiple people. While you live in your life, you're going to see are in worse conditions than you and would love to trade places with you. And so just to be in a position like that, whatever I feel like I lack or I need or I don't have, I need to check that. I need to table that. I need to park that somewhere and really relax. I need to relax. Because there's some people that have less than a tenth of what I have and they make do with that. You understand? So it's just different levels to certain things. But I just say that to say, listen, we're in a bear market. It comes with this. Listen, over here, right, in the Northeast, just these last few days, we went through an Arctic blast that covered like multiple states. That like people, were stranded. Airlines were canceled by the thousands. Okay, people froze to death. People were killed. Multiple, like it was a bad ice storm, blizzard, all kinds of stuff. all kinds of stuff. But then it passed, and it will pass. It's still cold, but not to the severity that it was this last few days. But this too will pass, just like the storm passed. The bear market is going to pass. Just make sure that you you have your wits about yourself. Your people are okay, and we continue to win. That's it. What we doing? I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Even though I avoided physics, I knew the secrets to life was held by the ancient mystics. God is deeper than metaphysics. You should know when you look in the mirror your value.